remember that they're changing my voice. This message is to people. Okay, remember that they're changing my voice. This video is first and foremost for people who don't understand the importance of having the proper point of reference, the true and divine point of reference. When I say proper, I don't mean it in the way that English people might say it or something, okay? Because everyone knows that English culture is heavy on propaganda, and it's not very heavy on sincerity. They put the flesh first. And so it is with American culture, so it is with the nations of the world at this time. But some of them stick out more than others, and they're trying to game you more than others. So why not have the limit be the lime, and the next part of the word is E, and the T, which is what limit is a play on words for. Okay, no offense to English people, no offense to anybody. Well, it has to do with putting God first and foremost. It has to do with how people live their lives. Take the example of an overweight rocker. That person has some kind of role model. He might drink and smoke. He's in bad health. His family's in bad shape. Because he's in bad shape, he's supposed to lead his family. His wife's doing bad. Maybe he has kids. They're doing bad. What happened there? What happened there? Society allowed that person to have bad role models. And so it is with some rich politician, right? So imagine the most handsome politician that's ever been. He's just a corrupt worm playing a sick game, and he's leading the children astray, and they're wasting their lives in that system. Now, so let's take, say, Donald Trump, for example. A different politician is what I have in mind, Donald Trump. And this person, he projects the image of a corrupt businessman. He says something like, when you're a celebrity, you just put your finger in their private parts and they just let you. So he projects a sort of misogynistic pig who leads a group of people known as MAGA since 2016 or before, who are these kind of knuckleheads who've committed to playing a stupid game. The word MAGA is a play on words for A game, alpha game. It's a play on words for M, and the second word, and I'm not gay, mind you, but the second word is gay. And notice they're gayish-like, they're circus-like. Like a gay parade is like a circus parade. Compare the two. Compare a rock concert to a gay parade, to a circus parade, to blackface mocking of black people. It's that scatterbrained, careless way. No offense to the LGBT community. Some of them are a lot more reasonable than people at a gay parade seem to be. Okay, what's important here is that people have the proper leadership. A gay person shouldn't be mad at me because I'm straight. A pure black person shouldn't be mad at me because I'm mulatto. A white person shouldn't be mad at me because I appear black, what have you. They should look at it in terms of the content of the character with a universal scale, not a scale of white supremacy, black supremacy, or anything else. They should be completely fair here. When you don't have a point of reference of someone who's righteous, who deserves to be famous, deserves to have power, okay, what you have is a sick show for scum that's misleading them. It is a theater of war against their soul. And all is not fair in love and war. That saying comes from the devil. The righteous man wages war and lives a life of love within the boundaries of righteousness and justice. So you see how there's deep philosophical disagreements here. Some people might say, well, that's basic thinking. Okay, let's use the example of Marilyn Manson. If Marilyn Manson had a PhD, I don't know if maybe he does, and he studied all the philosophers out there, and he knew it better than anyone else that ever lived, would he not still be a dumb fuck? Could he then say to the most righteous person that ever lived, who conveys focused moral intensity, that he thinks in a way that's too basic? No, because righteousness is greater than knowledge that isn't applied in a righteous way that creates righteous intensity and universal pinpointing moral precision. It's that simple. The tree of life is greater than the tree of knowledge. The person with a PhD who's not moving in a spirit of moral precision is inferior to the person who doesn't have a PhD, who is moving in the spirit of moral precision.